this year. So that the people that are coming in, whose discipline is even a little bit worse than our own, will not mix with us. Let's all move forward. Let everybody move forward. Let the people coming in later, let them not be a distraction to us. Let's move forward. Nobody achieves anything in life without being disciplined, without imbibing the culture of setting a goal and pursuing it. And of course, no matter where you want to go to in life, distractions will come along the way. It's discipline that helps you keep your focus on what you have to do. And so, though this is not the first thing I'm supposed to say, but we came late, and it's a reflection of how we perceive what we have to do. However, we are learning about saving, the art and science of saving. And one thing we must know is that there is no other secret to wealth creation than saving. And saving works through discipline. I'm sure many of us have had to struggle with savings, and then we got better and we keep getting better. Today, I'm going to share what I have learned. The first time I sat and listened to this topic was 7 years ago in a seminar that was anchored by a mentor who is in the room today, Dr. Abib Olamitoye. Please put your hands together for him. Now, I would trace my progress and my success to those meetings. Let me give you a bit of background. I did not just attend that meeting to learn about savings or to learn about how to prosper. I attended the meeting to be able to produce a book on how to prosper. And you know that to be able to write a book on what you are listening to, you must hear everything. And you must hear everything at least 4 times to be able to make sure you don't miss anything. Now, aside from that, I had to read, transcribe, edit, and so I kept listening. It is possible that you think you have heard about savings before, but there are some things you will not hear until you have heard it the 3rd time or the 4th time. And so this morning, the mindset with which I approached that seminar that day is the same one I want you to adopt. That it is not possible to learn all that there is to learn. It is not possible to have caught all the revelations that there are to catch about saving and how to get to prosperity from savings. So this morning, I want your mind to be open. I want it to be a clean slate. Listen and learn like you have never learned before, like you have never heard anything about it. And I hope that in 7 years' time, you will be teaching people how to save. Another privilege I've had is that I was in Ibadan's seminar, and I listened to we used exactly the same. And the more you learn, the more you earn. And the more you learn, the more you earn. The more you know, the more you grow. It's my belief that 2026, if you start it right with knowing and learning discipline, because it will apply your mind to several other things, we will be able to move forward in our lives. Now, saving is the silent secret behind every lasting fortune. Prosperity as a foundation. It is not luck. It is not inheritance. It is not talent. It is discipline. Some people will not get to wealth, even though they are skilled artisans, because they lack discipline. And you know that the pillars of prosperity are earning, saving, and then multiplying. They go one after the other. It's a sequence. Even the earning side, you cannot make a success of it without discipline. I'm sure many of you have met those carpenters that will collect money for cupboard. They will tell you be ready in a week. And then 3 weeks down the line, you are pursuing them up and down. As a matter of fact, some of them will not deliver unless you carry police to their workshop. That kind of person that is not disciplined in earning can never make it to prosperity. And it is not just about the artisans, even we, the professionals. Someone asked me that, how come lawyers don't pick calls? It's because they don't have updates for you yet. The truth is, if you are not disciplined with earning, the people who are disciplined, there will be a distinction between you and them. However, prosperity has never been about how much you are able to earn. It has always been about how much you can keep out of what you earn. I would always tell the story of a cleaner when I was working in the bank, who I noticed sent all her children to university and built an apartment from a salary that I met her on. She's still working there and she has never earned more than 25,000 naira. But she has built a house. She lives in her own house, even without the support of her husband. And all her children went to school from her income. Why? Because she understood the power of saving and its ability to deliver to her whatever it is she wants to pursue. But the people that earn more cannot trace such success to the money they earn. Why? Because in their mind, they have a lot of money. But their pocket cannot testify to the lot of money they are collecting, because as it is coming in, it is coming out. If you want to test yourself, go and look at your turnover for last year. Even me, with all I have learned about savings, when I see my turnover, my annual turnover, I still feel like, sorry, where is this money? Because it's so much and what you can account for. For improvement. Personally, I started working in 2006. Sometimes I'm sure we'll have some people in the room that were born that year. If you can account for all the money you have earned since you started working, even if it is 1% of the money you have earned since you started working, do you know where you will be today? And that is what makes this conversation a very important one for everybody. Even if you have not worked, you are still a student. If you can account for all 10% of all the money you have collected as an allowance as a student, do you know that you will not be the mate of your fellow students? As a matter of fact, we can go as far back as naming money. If that money that was given at your naming ceremony was kept in an account for you, you already have an advantage that is not dependent on the financial status of your parents, that is not dependent on luck, it's not dependent on talent. It's totally dependent on the fact that whatever it is you got, you kept. Even if not anything, a portion of what you got. However, the greatest thing that stands behind a man and amassing wealth is his mindset. The greatest challenge I've ever heard anybody have with savings is that money is not enough. However, money is never enough. Dangote is still looking for money to expand the refinery.